So, we're going to start the vlog with Andrew. Andrew, say hello.
Hello.
You are going to have to hit some shots. So we've just done 2 rounds of posing with Andrew. We've took some pictures, but we're going to make him pose again because it looks epic. So we've just done an 8-week primer phase, 8 weeks diet.
Yeah.
And he actually grew into the diet, which has him looking pretty ridiculous now. So the goal for Andrew is going to be New York Pro next year, Spain,
Definitely.
and whatever else we can get to qualify for 2024 Olympia. And when you see the package now, that is going to be a glimpse of what we are going to bring in 2024. So very excited to get that going because he trains like a maniac, and that is the shit we love to see. So there's a lot of things that we know we can still absolutely nail down, and with this big off season, we know we can do some great things. So Andrew, let's go. My man, come on, you're going to have to introduce yourself. Get on it.
Hi man, I'm Volkert. I'm from Rotterdam and I'm getting coached by the biggest man in the distance.
Let's go. Look at this. Beautiful. That is a proper rig now. Now Folk has gone from a very small man to a well above average man now.
A fatty power lifter too.
Listen, a strong hybrid here. So, but we are going to get him on stage now. Now, off the platform onto the stage, and then straight after the stage, we could do a little bit of a stint in powerlifting, build up the strength with some accessory work, and then get huge.
Even bigger.
Get huge. That's it. Took words out of my mouth. Owen, come on lads, hit some shots. You're gonna have to hit some shots now. We've just done some rounds of posing. There we go, look at that. That is a proper physique. So we're gonna hit the natural stage next year. We've just done a tidy up, we're into the off season now. Keeping a tight off season. Yeah, but you can't do that. You can't grow muscle tissue in prep. Do you know what I mean? You can only get leaner, which you'll look bigger as you get leaner. Now you're a little bit flatter, so you don't have the same pop. But next week, when you're eating, from definitely from Friday, we'll just need this little bit a week of fat loss because you're getting a lot fucking leaner.
Yeah.
And you're not on your arse yet. We can definitely have a big bump. So from Friday, mate, we'll have plenty more food across the entire week. Friday, a meal off as well on top of your food. That'll bring you right around energy-wise, and the look will completely change as well. Honestly, prep can be such a head fuck, but just literally all you've got to think about is just one day at a time. Yeah. Just think like waking up today, I'm smashing it, being the best version you can be. That's all you can do. Yeah. That's all in your control. All right. Yeah. And again, ultimately, with bodybuilding, it's you against you. Like, it's not like any other sport, like boxing or anything else, where you step up, like you go against someone. It's like, could we even draw a look? It's not. Yeah. It's just literally about the work that you put in from 20 weeks before, 30 weeks before, even a year before. So don't look at it from that perspective. You need to change your perspective on it a little bit. Yeah. It's you about you. You challenging yourself and then doing the best that you physically can. That's what it's all about. Yeah? Yeah. That was actually bigger than the front double than normal. So I like that. That's that. And now elbows down. That's it. Without pulling that back. That's it. See that now? Right, just hold that. Right. Come on, look at this.
Oh, that looks a lot better, doesn't it?
You're hitting it.
It's like, a lot better.
You're hitting it the old trying to be classic guys. Because everyone tries to hit it like that. where like they just make yourself look small, man. That is 10 times better for you. And it's like, the guys try and pose like these guys, but if you look at like Urs, the way he poses, it's different. Do you know what I mean? So like everyone's trying to pose like Sebum because it's Sebum, but you can't pose like that because you don't have the same structure as him. Do you know what I mean? If you had the same structure as him, which I don't think anyone in the world does, it's a different ball game. Do you know what I mean? So just a little bit more thickness, a little bit more arm. Go big, man. When you hit this, don't do a lateral.
Okay.
With your shoulders flat enough.
Okay.
Shoulders, don't tense, just as wide. That's better. See how much you're all round this now? They look a lot rounder, probably feel more rounder as well. See that, Alex? More roundness. Good lad. The videographer sees it, you can all see it. Perfect. Yeah. No carbs before marbs. The midsection looks a quarter the size of it was. Yeah. And open, more. Yes, and down. That's better. Good. Right, I'm going to do a shameless plug without doing a shameless plug because it is one of my friends that has actually just opened up his business doing the, whatever they're called, hot tubs. So, I'm going to have to test it out. Oh, this is actually really comfy. Yeah, it's actually better than expected. We haven't got the electrics done yet. So
just pretend there's water in there.
I'm just going to pretend that there's water here and it's like, it's giving me the bubbles. Just get the hose and just spray me with it. I'll just pretend. But this is actually amazing. It's a 6-seater. I will pop his number here and in the description so you can contact him to get your own. But this is amazing. It's actually got speakers as well. All the little settings here. And yeah, George Clark is a very good guy. He's been a friend for many, many years, and when he opened up his business, I thought I'd give him some support and actually get myself one of these, as I've actually always wanted one. And garden's big enough now to be able to get one, so we're in. So expect more videos of me in this, like this, trying to relax and have a little bit of downtime. So I actually can't wait for this to be plugged in. I've got electricians coming around this week to get it all fitted, and we can get it blasted on. This is going to be amazing. It's got like little things there, look, everywhere. So I think it must give you like good old massage. What do you reckon? Yeah? Look at that, it's got like a headrest there, look. Speakers there behind me. Banging, can have some right raves. Party on, lads. It's actually much deeper than I thought as well. Don't lift your arms up because your shoulders are, that's better. That's it, yes. Yes, it is. So you can still get a little bit more, but now you're protracting through. This needs to come down, this needs to come forward a little bit more still. That's it, and now wider, and down, and touch. That's it. So as long as you're doing everything that's in your control, that's all you're going to think about. Yeah. So anything else out of your control, just stress levels, don't worry about it, because you can't do anything about it anyway.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is as well? It's because it's my first actual prep.
I know.
I've not been lean before. I've been leaner than this, but not.
Yeah, but
you're gonna I don't know the parameters of timing.
You're going to be lean, and it's going to get hard, but it's going to get hard for the last 3-4 weeks.
I'm ready for it.
And last 3-4 weeks, exactly, you're ready for it. Yeah. If it was super hard and you felt like shit from 10 weeks out, it'd be different.
Oh, it'd be fucking, yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because then by the time you get to 4 weeks out, you're on your arse.
Yeah, makes
Whereas
complete
now,
sense.
you're still good. We've just done a diet break. You've had a good time away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of
like,
course.
you're ready for it.
Yeah.
That's a perfect place to be for the time frame we have.
Yeah.
Especially condition-wise, mentally and physically.
Yeah,
things
mentally
are good.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely ready.
Yeah. A lot tighter, mate. Definitely. Hungry?
I'm starving.
Love it. And open wide. Yeah, very nice. Actually opening that up now. Yeah, that's good. What's that roll back? In your front shot, try and a bit taller, but not lift up, but just try and that's that. Yeah. chest now. Yeah. Team meet day going down, and it's going to be a very special day. We've got amazing guests covering various different topics that each and every single client will take immense value from, whether a coach, athlete, or just someone that's pursuing the bodybuilding career and is an aspiring bodybuilder. They will gain not only tremendous knowledge but valuable information that will allow them to not only be inspired but take things into action to better themselves and seek even more progression. So I cannot wait for the day, very excited. Already have a very busy morning of client check-ins. Without further ado, MK Team Seminar Day. Let's go.
Made life easy for me, and why I started to progress towards the end and to win shows was a mindset shift. It wasn't anything physical. I realised I wasn't going to have too many years left doing this. I had injuries and so on and so forth. And for me, that mindset was, I went from resenting having to diet and resenting having to do the cardio in the early mornings and so on, to really appreciating the opportunity and to really, looking at that and thinking, I'm blessed to be able to pursue my dreams. It's a real opportunity for me to go out there and go after what I want.
I'm surrounded by people that inspire me and push me to be better. I can't compare myself to these people because I'm not them. It's about my journey, not theirs. It's about me being able to be the best version of myself. So I can use everyone that I'm surrounded by to inspire me and motivate me to push harder. But I need to accept it's me, not them. I'm not going to be Big Mammy. I'm not going to be Phil Heath. I'm not delusional. So having the expectation of me saying like, I'm putting all this work in, but I don't like Phil this year. I'm putting all this work in, I'm not making the progress that someone else is making. It doesn't matter. I'm never going to be that person. It's about me. And when it comes to business, I'm not going to compare myself to Charlie. I'm going to take inspiration and lessons from Charlie every single time they have an encounter, like today, or even seeing himself conducting business. That's what it's all about. It's about seeking inspiration and motivation from people, not comparison, because you're never going to be someone else. You are you, they are them.
The point is that you can frame this whole thing to be about what you want it to be about, and I think that's what's important. It's not about saying that bodybuilding is good for your mental health or bodybuilding is bad for your mental health. It's about figuring out the good bits, figuring out the bad bits, trying to manage them and trying to use them to push yourself forward in a way that is most positive, I suppose. So I think the point is that despite all of the things that I've spent a really long time telling you about, it can be hugely positive, but it has to be right for you. It has to be right for the individual, and how, what level of involvement in it is right is going to be different, like I said. And even if it's not completely right for you, like it might not be completely right to be aiming for Mr. Olympia, it can be adapted and reframed. So, like Kuba was saying, you just need to reframe what your goals are and what your processes are, or help your clients reframe those things based on where you think they're genuinely and honestly at. And it means asking tough questions. It's always going to be a tough pursuit. It's a hard thing to do, really hard thing to do. But ultimately, like any hobby and anything that you enjoy, it should be bringing you joy and happiness despite all of those dark moments.
The thing that we can all lean into in whatever we do, whether it's bodybuilding, business, any endeavour we take, and I do feel like Charlie's presentation was definitely inspiring in many, many ways. Mike's presentation was inspiring in a different way. I feel like that is a presentation that should inspire you all to take action to be better across the certain areas that you probably can do better. And I will definitely hold my hand up and say that I can do better across some of the areas that he has mentioned. So, without further ado, the next guest, Ryan Terry, the man, the myth, the legend. Now, I will assume that everyone knows who Ryan is. Now, I really want Ryan to tell his story because it is something that I believe will inspire everyone to really work, because Ryan hasn't been given anything on a plate. He had to work for everything that he's achieved, and he definitely started bottom up. Started from a plumber. Plumber's an apprentice, actually.
I was actually a pot washer.
Initially,
Pot
so.
washing to start, yeah.
I won't tell his story for you guys, but he's definitely someone that in our region and our area has inspired many to do better and achieve great things, because let's face it, he has done what many would love to even come close to doing, and he's still on his way up, I believe.
I've got to face my fear, and I'm going to compete. So didn't tell anybody, 20 years old, no 19 years old, and because I wasn't doing any sports, I thought I'm going to push myself into this and do it as a competitive, just once to see if I could do it, push myself out of my comfort zone. I remember backstage thinking, what am I doing? I've never even took my top off on site when I used to work as a plumber on site, and when it was hot. I wouldn't even take my top off there. I never used to do my hair. I was just, yeah, quite, I don't know, skag. So to then step on stage with my top off in front of all these people was just, my biggest fear. But then there was something telling me I have to face my fear and do this. And yeah, I remember walking up to the side of the stage, I'm like this, absolute wreck. And as I walked up the stage, just something came over me, like my alter ego. And I stepped out and I was like, no, I deserve to be here. I've worked hard, more like equally to everybody else in this room. And it's time to fight now, and this competitive side came out of me, and that's what I did. I stepped on stage, alter ego came out, and I became somebody else for that 3 or 4 minutes. And yeah, I was fortunate enough to win that show, which kind of catapulted me forward. I didn't realise what that meant. I just stepped off stage thinking I'll be plumbing tomorrow again, back on site. I basically had to have 3 hip surgeries. I was on crutches for 6 months, and it was so hard mentally, living in America, away from family, friends, that support network, and seeing your competition get bigger, the division get bigger and bigger. And these people who I've beat day in, day out, then doing your shows, winning your shows and stuff, and then I'm getting smaller as they're getting bigger. And it was so hard mentally. But again, having that support network around my wife, that'll put my hands up. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be doing this game anymore. She very supportive, and just basically said, forget that, you do you. You be the best version of you. You know, when we were talking about the best version of you earlier, that was resonating with that, because I was comparing myself to these guys. I'm like, yeah, but I've beat these guys, they're not better than me. At that time, they are, because I've got a lot of work to do. So I stepped out of it, stepped away, we moved back home, got back into my home comforts, and we've gone to work.
It's always important you're doing that sort of work, because if you add drugs, if you have drugs into this equation, then it alters your way of thinking and you feel invincible, and none of us are invincible, I'm afraid. And then you see people who then have to stop bodybuilding, then they go on social media and they write these long posts and say, you know, bodybuilding, it's the devil, I'm now in CrossFit. Fuck off, you just didn't do the job. Do you know what I mean? You just didn't work on yourself. Bodybuilding is not, you're just not responsible enough. You went into bodybuilding thinking it was something, and it beat you back, like anything else, you know. So I'm sure you've seen all these people who've gone into athletics or CrossFit or whatever, and that's fine. But just don't demonize bodybuilding, because the contract is there. Bodybuilding is not a healthy sport, which then asks of you to take extra care of yourself. It's extreme. So you're either in it or you're not. No one likes a lukewarm cup of tea. If I make you a lukewarm cup of tea, you won't drink it. If I run you a lukewarm bath, you're not getting in. You're either hot or you're cold, so you make a choice. You know, I think I owe it to a memory more than anything, just to always be the best version of myself. And I think that's why I resonated a lot with bodybuilding, because I can just do it. When it's time to diet, I'm like, you know, there's people in Africa going on without food, so this is a minor.
Now, I definitely want you all to walk away from today's meet seminar not only inspired, but inspired to take action to do better and be better, because I certainly will. From each episode of talk, I definitely took a lot of value from, and definitely some key points that I can apply myself to be better, and I know that every single one of you will as well. So, guys, thank you so much. Right, that is a wrap up, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a very eventful day, a little bit longer than anticipated, so I do apologise for the guests, but it was very, very productive and definitely a ton of value that everyone will take away from today's seminar. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you again soon. Peace out.